It's time we talk about Carlos Sainz, a driver who, for too long now, has been hugely underrated by everyone and their nan in the F1 community. A driver who, for a while now, has been flying, or driving I should say, rather under the radar. Coming into sport in 2015, at the age of just 20, Carlos was the Formula Renault 3.5 champion, and he partnered the Prince of Holland, Max Verstappen, creating a driver lineup with a combined age younger than Fernando Alonso is now. In their only full season as teammates, Carlos was ultimately overshadowed by Max, finishing 31 points adrift in the championship. The following year, 2016, was a better affair for Carlos, outscoring Daniil Kvyat by 42 points in the 17 races they had as teammates, after Kvyat contested the first 4 rounds at Red Bull, but was ultimately given the sack after his antics in front of Lord Almighty Putin in Sochi. 2017 would be better for Carlos, as he recorded a career-best finish of 4th place at the Singapore Grand Prix, before a mid-season switch to Renault to replace Jolyon Palmer for the final 4 rounds of the season. He would end off 9th with 54 points to his name. Remaining at Renault for 2018, this would be Sainz's first and only full season with the team, and his output was pretty much the same as 2017, scoring 1 point less, but 3 more points finishes. He would fail to beat teammate Nico Hülkenberg, finishing 16 points and 3 possessions? Is this football? Positions behind in the standings. For 2019, Sainz would ditch the yellow and don the orange, and he'd replace his idol, the retiring in tremendously inverted commas Fernando Alonso at McLaren, linking up with teenage heartthrob Lando Norris. This season would prove to be somewhat of a turning point in the career of Mr. Carlos, as he was finally given machinery capable of challenging for the higher points paying positions, but that elusive first podium still evaded him. That was until the aftermath of the Brazilian Grand Prix, when a safety car was brought out due to Vettel and Leclerc running it back to Vettel and Webber in Turkey in 2010. Lewis Hamilton at the restart decided he didn't much like Alex Albon, sending him spinning into the back of the field. Carlos was there to tap it in at the back post and cross the line in P4, only to be promoted onto the rostrum after Lewis was handed a 5-second penalty post-race. His first podium and McLaren's first since 2014. In a 2020 season that was affected by a mysterious cold, McLaren would be using Mercedes engines for the first time since 2014, with fans eager to see if the success of the past would return. Carlos would start the season strongly with P5 at the Austrian Grand Prix, but 2 points in the next 4 races would see him fall well behind Norris. At the Italian Grand Prix though, things would change. A red flag and a penalty for Hamilton would completely jumble the field up, leaving Stroll, Gasly, Raikkonen and Sainz to fight for the front positions. Stroll would bottle it pretty soon after the restart, and Raikkonen's Alfa Romeo didn't have enough pace and would fall back down the order, leaving Pierre Gasly and Carlos Sainz to fight for the win. It was a 26-lap sprint to the end, but Pierre would manage to hold off Sainz, beating him by only 0.4 of a second as they crossed the line. A career best finish of 2nd for Sainz, and McLaren's best since the 2014 Australian Grand Prix. Sainz posted impressive performances throughout the entirety of the 2020 season, but he was given next to no airtime, and I don't know why. FIA, Liberty Media, Formula One management, whoever, if you're listening to this, you need to make up this in 2022. I want Sainz cam available at the press of a button. I don't care about F1 TV or Sky Glass, just there needs to be a Sainz cam permanently. Thank you. At the end of the 2020 season, Vettel left the Scuderia to join Aston Martin, leaving a seat next to Leclerc spare. Earlier in the year, it had been announced that Sainz would replace Vettel come the end of the season, after Ferrari's talent pool was looking pretty sparse. Sainz was decided to be the right man, eyebrows were raised and questions were asked. Would he be able to keep up with Leclerc? Yes, is the answer. Scoring 4 podiums to Leclerc's 1, including a 2nd place in Monaco, Sainz finished P5 in the standings, best of the rest, on 164.5 points. That is 5.5 points ahead of Leclerc, so it was a very, very close fight between the two, but ahead nonetheless. In his first season in a new team in what is arguably the most coveted seat in Formula 1, Sainz has been incredible. Driver of the season, if you ignore Max or Lewis, for me, and I would hope for lots of people. That first win for Carlos surely isn't far away, and if Ferrari can build a front-running car next year, I don't see any reason at all, any reason why he can't challenge for the title. The man who currently has the longest ongoing point streak in Formula 1. It's time we all start respecting Carlos Sainz. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please bum the like button, and if you're feeling extra generous this festive season, make sure you subscribe also. Let me know your comments in the thoughts below. That's not right. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.